So, if you've ever looked up how to get started in bug bounty hunting, you've probably seen the same advice again and again. And let's be honest, it can get confusing and feel kind of impractical. Well, today we're cutting right through all that noise. This is a simple, no-fluff, direct roadmap to take you from square one to being a confident beginner in ethical hacking. Okay, let's jump right in.
Okay, so check this out. This is Thomas. Now, he used to be part of a pretty notorious hacking group, and yeah, he even got arrested for illegal hacking back in 2002. But fast forward to today, and that same guy is legally earning over $2 million a year. His story is pretty legendary, but it also points to this massive shift in the world of hacking.
So, that begs the question, right? How on earth is that possible? How do you go from being on the wrong side of the law to making millions, all with the exact same skill set? The answer is just two words: bug bounty.
A bug bounty is basically a deal. See, companies, from the smallest startups to giants like Google, know they have security flaws. We call them bugs. So instead of just waiting for criminals to find and exploit them, they invite people like you, ethical hackers, to find them first. Platforms like HackerOne and BugCrowd are the middlemen. They let companies list their websites and apps, and then they offer cash rewards or bounties for every legitimate security bug you report. It's a total win-win. They get more secure, and you get paid for your skills.
So how do you actually get started on this path? We've broken it all down into 4 clear steps. First up, we are going to build a rock-solid foundation. Then we'll get into the languages you need to know, the hackers' languages. After that, it's all about practice, practice, practice. And finally, we'll cover the essential tools and, just as important, the mindset that separates the pros from the people who give up.
Let's start with the most important part. And I'm not kidding, this is the part most beginners get wrong. We're talking about your foundation. It's not the flashy, exciting stuff, I get it, but skipping this is the single biggest mistake you can possibly make. Just think about it like building a house. You wouldn't try to build a skyscraper on a patch of sand, would you? Of course not, it would collapse. The same exact logic applies here. If you don't understand how the systems you're trying to attack actually work, you're just randomly throwing attacks at a wall and hoping something sticks. A strong foundation lets you think strategically, like a real attacker.
And this foundation, it really rests on 2 main pillars. First, you've got to master the fundamental networking concepts. And second, you need a really deep understanding of how the web itself works, from the moment you type in a web address to the second that page magically appears on your screen.
Now, I know these might just look like a bunch of abstract terms, but trust me, they are so practical. Understanding the OSI model helps you literally visualize how data moves from point A to point B. Knowing the TCP three-way handshake is absolutely crucial for scanning targets, and things like HTTP and DNS, well, that's literally the language of the web. This stuff is the absolute bedrock of your entire hacking career.
Okay, with our foundation setting, let's move on to our next section, learning the languages. A question I see all the time is, do I need to be some expert programmer? The short answer is no, but you do need to be able to read and understand the language.
Look, your goal here isn't to become a software developer who can build the next Instagram from scratch. Your goal is to understand code well enough to read it, spot where the weaknesses might be, and maybe write a few simple scripts to make your life easier. It's all about being a proficient user, not a master creator.
So let's look at what that means in practice. You've got HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Those are the languages of your web browser. You have to know them to find bugs on the client side. Then there's Python and Bash. These are your best friends for automating repetitive tasks and building your own custom tools. And then there's SQL, the language of databases. Without it, you can't even dream of finding one of the most famous bugs out there, SQL injection. All right, so you've got the theory down pat. Now comes the most important part of this whole journey, turning that head knowledge into actual practical skills. This is where the real learning happens.
So, where do you even start practicing? Simple. You start with the OWASP Top 10. Think of this as your curriculum. It's a list, updated every few years, of the 10 most critical and common security vulnerabilities found in web applications. Seriously, if you can master finding just these 10 types of bugs, you'll already be way ahead of the curve.
And what's really fascinating is watching how this list changes over time. Just look at this. Back in 2017, injection flaws were the absolute #1 threat. But by 2021, they had dropped down to number 3, with things like broken access control taking over the top spot. This just goes to show you that the world of security is always changing, which is why you can never, ever stop practicing.
Okay, so that leads to a really important question. Where can you go to practice all this stuff without, getting a knock on your door from the FBI? You can't just go hacking Google. Luckily, there are a ton of amazing platforms built for exactly this.
These places are your virtual gyms. Portswigger's Web Security Academy is without a doubt one of the best free resources on the entire internet for learning web hacking. Then you've got platforms like TryHackMe and Hack the Box, which give you entire vulnerable computer systems to attack in a totally safe, legal sandbox. Think of these as your dojo, where you go to sharpen your skills every single day.
All right, we're at our final step. Let's talk about the gear you're going to need and maybe even more importantly, the mindset that you need to cultivate to stick with this for the long haul. Because having the right tool is one thing, but having the right attitude is what will actually bring you success.
When it comes to tools, there are a lot out there, but one stands head and shoulders above everything else: Burp Suite. This amazing piece of software acts as a middleman between your browser and the internet. It lets you intercept, look at, and even change every single piece of data that goes back and forth. It is, hands down, the most powerful weapon a web hacker has. Learning it isn't optional, it's essential. Master it.
But here's the thing. A tool is only as good as the person behind the keyboard. And this is where we see the huge difference between the beginners who succeed and those who just quit. The beginner tries to learn a million things at once, gets distracted by shiny objects, and burns out. The pro, on the other hand, focuses on one type of bug at a time. They carefully curate their social media feeds to only show them useful info. And when they face burnout, which they will, they understand it's part of the process and they just stay consistent.
So here's probably one of the most powerful practical tips I can give you. You have to curate your learning environment. Go create a brand new Twitter or YouTube account and only follow bug bounty hunters and security researchers. Join Discord and Telegram groups focused on hacking. By totally immersing yourself, you make sure that every time you mindlessly open social media, you're accidentally learning something useful instead of getting distracted.
So to bring it all home, this is kind of what your effort should look like. You can see the biggest slice of the pie is hands-on practice. That's where you're going to spend most of your time. But all of that is supported by a really strong foundation, a deep knowledge of your tools, and a deliberate focus on building your community and your mindset. This is the balanced diet of a successful bug hunter.
So there you have it. That's the roadmap. It's clear, it's actionable. The path is all laid out for you, right from understanding the basics of how the internet works all the way to building a professional mindset. The only question left is, what's the very first step you're going to take right now to start this journey?